This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast, or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the area finals for 5A in the Western region. We are at Edmond North, home of the Huskies, and that's what you'll be seeing on our screen most of the evening is that large N in the middle of the floor. I'm here with, this is Kirk Norman, I'm here with Jordan Ray, and we are excited to be calling this game between the Carl Albert Titans and Glenpool Lady Warriors. This evening, we want to give you just a quick rundown of how we got here. Carl Albert in their first round played Lawton Eisenhower, winning that 70-47. Then in the second round, played Del City for the regional championship. Tight game all the way through, and actually ended up with a 58-46 win. And now they are playing Glenpool. The winner of this game will actually go to state. The loser plays to play-in game tomorrow or Saturday at 1:30. And we hope that you'll be here for all of the Oklahoma Sportsnet broadcast. Also, our sister station will be covering the Del City Eagles this evening, and they're out in Mustang. Glenpool came in. They beat Alta 66-44 in their first round. Second pool beat Lawton MacArthur 64-54, and now they have ended up here playing against your Carl Albert Titans. Jordan, are you ready for the evening?
Absolutely, Kirk. I'm so excited about these types of games, these area championships. One of the interesting things about them, they're not an elimination game, but they're going to feel like it during the game. And the other thing is this Glenpool team, they actually played 3 games at Carl Albert High School. They didn't play against the Titans, but I got a chance to see them, and so did other teams, and they were very competitive. They went 1-2, but they were very competitive, and so it gives me a lot to look forward to in this matchup.
All right, well, we're excited to see all of the games being played, and we just hope that the Carl Albert Titans move on through to the state championship in one game this evening. That would be the way to do it, and you'll get a couple of days of practice and get to move on. The championships will begin next Wednesday, isn't that correct?
Wednesday for 5A.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. Yeah,
Yep.
Playing games on Wednesday, but they will be, the state championship will actually begin on Wednesday. So, Jordan, are you ready for our pregame here?
That's right. Well, I have that all taken care of. I've recorded an interview with Coach Ritchie from yesterday.
All right.
So we're going to have it for you right here in a moment.
The Glenpool Lady Warriors, we have a long history with playing Glenpool and in several different sports. And so it's kind of interesting to meet them now here in the championship. And they've played their way in and played very well. Coach Ritchie, along with Coach Banks and Coach Price and Coach Kilby, have these girls ready, and they've had some great practices at the beginning of this week, and now we're ready to see what comes from all of the hard work that these young ladies have put in here for these last actually 14 weeks in this season. So we're excited to see what happens this evening.
All right, well, here comes the interview I had. First, quick bumper. Welcome back to Middale Playoff Basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. And I get to be joined again by Carl Albert Girls head coach Kyle Ritchie. Coach, taking us back to before the Del City game on Saturday, I did get there early and noticed that you were walking around the upper level of the gym, and I think you're listening to music. I couldn't quite catch what it was, but I did find that interesting. Is that a normal routine for you, and how does that help you prepare for a game?
And you probably can't tell it when I'm coaching, but that's my stress level reliever. I just get up there and I just walk, and you're right, I'm listening to music. I usually just put it on random and then just kind of, be thinking of the game and just trying to get some exercise in as well. Obviously not very fast. You saw I was just kind of walking around, but that's kind of that's just kind of what I do before the games.
Do you even have a set number of laps, or you just go till you feel like you're good?
No, usually sometime I'll look down at my pacer. I usually try to get my 10,000 in. And then sometimes if I'm feeling good, I keep going. If not, then, I'll call it a day.
And when you look back at the Del City game, there's a lot of layers to it, but one of the things that I'm sure will be a theme for every game, you mentioned that it was very important that you rebound in that game. And Del City still had some success on that end, especially with, they had a 6'2" Shelby Thornton. Of course, that's going to be a tough one. But how do you feel about your team's rebounding in that game and going forward?
It was a lot better. And obviously, I'm going to be honest with you, we're going to see a 6'3" girl from Glenpool on tomorrow. So, you can't, no coach can teach height. Hopefully the defensive schemes and some of the things that we practiced on all week last week will lead into this because, like I said, we're going to see a very tall, athletic girl from Glenpool just like Shelby is, at Del City. And so, obviously, we are who we are. And so are we going to give up a few? Probably. It is what it is, but we got to limit them. That first time we played Del City, we gave up 23. We kept it to like 10 the other night. I'm not saying that's great, but that's a 13-point improvement. We gave up 66 to them the first time. We only gave up 46 the other night. And obviously those two things correlate. They go hand in hand. And,
I kind of asked you about this player, but it was about the team defense as well. But when you look back at the film, I was just impressed with how Skylar Anderson, only a freshman, how she played on defense, the way she helped out, is active around the basket, and did not draw a foul until midway through the fourth quarter. And how did she do that?
We just – and like I said, I say the team, but we work on Shell D. Shell D, hey, where should you be? Where should you be? She's a pretty good rebounder as well. And so she read – it's an anticipation. I've got a lot of girls that, played a lot of basketball, and they anticipate really well, and they can kind of see where the ball's coming off of, or, hey, here's – their offensive play, and they read it and they jump it and hopefully can tie them up instead of get the reach in call. And so we work on it. And she had a really good game of tying those up. I think I counted up in that game in my book. I think there were 18 jump balls. That's amazing.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yes. And obviously Del City got a few as well.
But when you force them on the defensive end, that's always good, even if you don't get the ball.
Absolutely. Because then the next one's ours.
That's right. Early on, I had to be, frustrated just to watch your team struggle from the free throw line. Do you say anything when that happens, or you're like, hey, this is going to pass? You don't sweat it too much.
I challenged them at halftime. There's sometimes I feel like, hey, let it go and don't say anything. They know that they've missed, and then there's sometimes, hey, don't be sitting there in 30 more or 16 more minutes and going, man, if we make our free throws, we'd have been on the other side of this. They've been kind of broken lately, and I don't get it. I think a lot of it is mindset. It's a mental thing. We got to get it fixed because we got away with the Thursday game and the Saturday game, but you just can't leave points out there. We're normally a really good free throw shooting team, and that's what was kind of baffling. But, hey, we got away with it, but we need to get it cleaned up. And knock on wood, we've shot a lot of them the last few days, and obviously we'll shoot them again today. And then hopefully that leads into success tomorrow.
All right, so of course this is being recorded the day before, so let's talk about this upcoming game. Now you're used to Edmond North. I mean, you had your best win of the season last year there against Lawton MacArthur.
Correct.
And you're playing a team in Glenpool that they come to your Carl Albert tournament. I don't know. I haven't done a deep dive yet into any recent history you've had with that team or their coach, Coach Bavell, I believe.
Yeah, Bobby does a great job.
Yeah, but you obviously are familiar with this team. So, and the player you mentioned, I believe, is Tyra McKinney. They're tall girl that's a really talented freshman, and also I just remember announcing a couple of their games in that Carl Albert tournament. Really impressed with Leah Shawnee, their guard. But what's important to you guys about dealing with Glenpool?
I mean, we have hammered it home, and like I said, our offense really doesn't change much. We are who we are. We're going to get it. We're going to go. We're going to shoot it. Hopefully penetrate pitch, things like that. It's been another week of defense. We got to get back in transition. They like to get it and go because most of the time she gets a rebound and they just throw it out. They leak out. And so, if we can get a few offensive boards, sometimes that makes people stay in. But we got to make sure we do not give up easy transition layups. Hey, if you're going to go rebound, go rebound. If not, we got to get back. And so at least make them earn it in a half-court set. So, obviously, rebounding and transition D have been hammered home these last 2 days, and obviously will be again today and right before the game.
All right, Coach. Look forward to it. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Here at Champion Plumbing, we grew up under these lights, so we know what hard work and dedication really means. Because to us, being the best is about helping our community when they need us most. It's about giving our all on every play and every job. Being your hometown champs means being part of a team that succeeds together. So every time you call, you get nothing but our best. And that's what makes us Champion Plumbing.
We're back with you here at the Siberian Gym is what they call it. And so now we have our starting lineups brought to you by Louie's in Midwest City. Go to Louie's at 6007 Southeast 15th Street, Midwest City, Oklahoma. Louie's, we're in your neighborhood. And so for the Glenpool Lady Warriors, starting guard number 1, Cadence Price. Starting guard number 3, Aaliyah Shawnee. Starting guard number 12, Jordan Blades. Starting guard number 14, Michaela Bonin. And then starting forward number 23, 6-foot freshman, Tyra McKinney. And now for your Carl Albert Lady Titans, starting freshman, 5'8" guard, number 12, Skylar Anderson. Starting guard, senior, 5'5", number 20, Ariana Diaz. Starting guard, 5'6", senior, number 21, Cameron Sutton. And starting guard, 5'3", senior, number 22, Kennedy Kofer. And finally, starting junior, 5'9", playing forward, number 24, Asha Moore. And those are your starting lineups for this area championship game between the Carl Albert Titans and the Glenpool Lady Warriors. Ready for the tip-off?
One of the things I look for early on, Tyra McKinney for Glenpool. She's only a freshman, but she is good, very skilled. And I expect that what you see in the jump ball is the matchup. You'll see Asha Moore will defend her. How she defends her, can she keep her from the free throw line, among other things, real important for this game.
That's absolutely right. For the first quarter, your quarter sponsor is Buffalo Wild Wings, where every day is game day at 5500 Tinker Diagonal in Del City, Oklahoma. Go by Buffalo Wild Wings and show them your support. Tipping here for the Lady Titans will be number 24, Asha Moore. And tipping, obviously, for the Lady Warriors, number 23, Tyra McKinney.
Gotta get that music down.
Yeah, it's thumping.
And we're on the Glenpool side, too, so that should make this interesting.
So here we go. The ball is up, and we're off. Glenpool is going to keep the ball. Pass it out there. That goes over to Cadence Price. Price back to Shawnee. Shawnee back to Price. Price is going to put up the three, and it no good. Rebound there by Anderson. She's going to bring it all the way up the floor. Get it up there. Pass it in to Asha Moore. Asha gets it knocked away. Ariana Diaz recovers. She's going to take it down the lane, put it out there to Anderson. Anderson puts it up for three, no good. Asha Moore comes down with a rebound. Great job. Kofer's got the ball, going to bring it back out, and she's being bodied up hard. Back over to Asha Moore.
Now looks like Glenpool's going zone.
Sutton's going to put up a three. She puts it up, and it's good. There's your three-point sponsor, Bobby Lewis Insurance. Surprisingly great rates with two locations, one in Del City and one in Choctaw. And Bobby Lewis is hopefully going to hear a lot of his name this evening. They're going to get that ball down into McKinney. McKinney's going to push it out and throws that, just moves on the way.
So for Carl Albert, it's been a while since they've gotten going from three-point range early in the game. They did against Noble at Noble's gym, and that was a couple weeks ago. So we'll see if this hitting that first three is a sign of things to come for them.
There was a huge drought during the Del City game.
Yep.
And so they're going to push it around the outside edge, and it gets knocked away from behind there. Ariana Diaz knocks it back. Sutton picks it up. She's going to get it out to Kofer. Kofer, they're going to call walking on that. There was a hand in there in the middle, but it was walking.
You know, I've said other teams have to be very careful dribbling the ball around Aaliyah Shawnee, number 3 for Glenpool, but for Ariana Diaz, the same is true for Shawnee of Glenpool. She will be reaching in a lot. Got to be careful with the ball around her.
They get that out there to number 12, Jordan. She's going to take it up, gets knocked away there by Sutton. And it's going to be out of bounds off of Glenpool. Carl Albert ball.
Now, one player for Glenpool we're not as familiar with, Jordan Blade. She did not play in that Carl Albert tournament. And already you can see her take it to the basket. Looks like that's something she's comfortable doing, even though she lost the ball there.
Diaz sends it over to Anderson. Anderson in there. And it's going to get taken away there by McKinney. McKinney's going to get the ball up the floor there to Shawnee. She's going to look inside up to McKinney and in for two.
Well, you see McKinney's strength. She's good at running the floor, filling the lanes, and she can finish around the basket.
Diaz brings the ball up the floor. She looks back. Kofer's going to take a three from outside. Boom! Another three. Bobby Lewis Insurance, 3-ball.
Sutton on one side, Kofer on the other.
Shawnee's going to bring the ball up the floor, covered there by Diaz. She's looking to go all the way, and she runs into traffic and loses the ball. Kofer comes out with it. Kofer's going to take it across the timeline. She's looking up the field, going to hand it off to Anderson. She puts it up for three. Bam! And there we go again. And Glenpool says that's enough. You can't let them shoot out there all the time, and we're going to call a timeout.
See, it's 30-second timeout, or is it? Yeah, it is.
Yes.
So I have Carl Albert as 3 of 4 from three-point range.
That'll work.
That'll work every time. And Glenpool's going zone, too, so I'm a little surprised to see that. I'm surprised when teams go zone against Carl Albert girls because they're shooting, and also against Carl Albert boys because the Carl Albert boys are such a good zone-busting team. So we'll see if the Lady Warriors stick with that defense.
5:45 left here in the first period. I can even do the math on this. That's a 75% shooting from three-point.
You nailed it.
I'm telling you.
Those normally go down, and they will go down, but
right.
How much will it go down is the key.
Yeah. I'm on fire with my math tonight.
That's right.
3 of 4. I can do that.
So as we see Carl Albert has a 7-point lead, I can do a little math too.
Yeah, there you go.
Out of a timeout, they have a full court press. Not surprising.
Yeah.
It was a matter of time before they would show it.
So Richie's going to pull it up and put up a little more heat. Anderson gets the ball and is going to get knocked out of bounds there. That was just upset there by Cadence Price, and she mishandled the ball out of bounds.
Well, that's a great defensive combination for Carl Albert. You got Anderson guarding you on one side and Ariana Diaz on the other, who's so good at sneaking up on you and not getting a turnover.
Anderson gets it back to Kofer. Kofer's going to look at Sutton. Anderson's going to drive the lane. She's got an open spot. She goes up. Oh, almost. Rebound come down there by McKinney. McKinney up to Shawnee, and she's going to take it back herself. It's going to bounce over. Into the game now for the Titans is number 25, Audrey Plunkett. And she was there. She stepped on the end line and got it back. The ball comes into McKinney. McKinney's going to push it out there to number 11. She tries for the three, bounces around. McKinney comes back with the rebound and puts it in. So McKinney is all the scoring now for Glenpool. Diaz brings the ball up the floor. Gets it to Kofer. Kofer over to Plunkett. And Plunkett really does handle the ball well for a tall girl.
She's tall. She's not a post player, though.
No. Diaz is going to look to the inside. She's going to push it back out there to Sutton. Sutton takes a look, pushes it into Anderson. Anderson's going to try to work her way in. The ball gets knocked out of her hands. Kofer's going to take the three and misses. Plunkett comes up and gets hacked in the act. They're going to put her on the line, I believe. And that foul will be on number 11. That's Camden Hull. That is the fourth team foul, first personal foul. Actually, it's not. It's the first personal foul that's been called this evening.
And Glenpool has switched to a man defense.
Plunkett misses the first one. Anderson comes off the floor, and in now for Anderson is number 23, Essence Curry. Plunkett for the second one, and it is good. 6-point lead now for the Lady Titans. Shawnee brings the ball up the floor, covered there by Curry. And the ball is loose. Ariana Diaz comes up with it, and she's going to be fast. She's going to take it all the way in. It gets knocked away there by Shawnee, and out of bounds off of Glenpool. It'll be Carl Albert's ball.
See there, a Crocs Guard Dinner Club replay, and we've seen really good guard play on the defensive side by some young players, too.
Ball gets in there to Sutton. Sutton's going to send it over to Curry. Curry's back to Diaz. Diaz looks but holds up. Going to pass it out there to Kofer. Kofer drives the lane, looks at Sutton. Sutton did take a half step there, and they're going to call her for walking.
Well, that's a heck of a block by Shawnee, and before that, Essence Curry, as a freshman, showed some really good pressure defense there, knocking the ball away from her.
Shawnee brings the ball up against Curry. Curry's reaching in pretty hard. Going to get that ball into McKinney, and that's their plan right there. They're going to let that bounce out of bounds. They thought it was off of McKinney, but it actually was touched last by a Titan.
Yeah, a rush shot there by McKinney, and that's because Carl Albert, she knows the double team's coming. She tried to beat the double team.
Bonin is going to be bringing the ball in. She gets it all the way in. McKinney's going to get it down inside. They're going to try to move that around. Number 14 puts up her three. No good. Curry with the rebound, and she's going to move up the floor. They get it up to Plunkett, and Plunkett's just going to turn and put it backwards in for the layup. That is a Rockstar replay.
Crocstar
replay. Crocstar Dinner Club.
But that name I'm sure is intentional because it rhymed with Rockstar.
Yeah. Coming on the floor now, Kofer comes off, and 15 comes on. That's Jakari Brown. And so the coach has got two of the starters in. Shawnee has the ball.
Yeah, but Coach Ritchie trusts his bench.
Yes, he does. That is Camden Hull. She's going to drive in, try to get it there to McKinney. Curry picks it up, and she's looking to get across the timeline. She does.
Ritchie wants a timeout. Again,
Ritchie, yeah.
You got to be careful with the ball around Shawnee. Shawnee was pestering Curry there. I think Curry got a little agitated, but thankfully the timeout was called for Carl Albert.
Yep. So Coach Ritchie calls his timeout because he could see that she was in trouble. And so we are 12-4 here with 2 minutes and 59 seconds left in the first period.
I want to let people know real quick, Kirk, that these are the games on tonight. Going on also right now, Midwest City against the #1 overall seed in 6A, the Edmond North Huskies. That's being played over at Chickasha. And then at 7:30 tonight, Del City and Lawton MacArthur being played at Mustang.
All right.
So there's some good channel surfing opportunities tonight especially, but I'm looking forward to a standalone game, the Lawton MacArthur Del City game.
Coach Ritchie does not make a change in the lineup, but Diaz is going to handle the ball out front. Gets it off to Sutton. Sutton puts up the 3. It bounces off, and there's a rebound inside. It looks like they're going to, yep.
On Brown, I believe.
They're going to call that foul on Jakari Brown. Asha Moore is going to come back into the game.
Looks like Moore, Plunkett will stay in, but Moore will switch on McKinney, or that may just be part of their zone press.
Brown came out. Shawnee fumbles the ball around there. Curry has got quick hands.
Yes, she does.
They get that ball into McKinney, and as soon as they get it into McKinney, they try to tie up, but this time they're going to call Plunkett with the foul.
Coach Ritchie likes to talk about how they're never the biggest team, and that's been the case for them the last 2 or 3 years, so they are very used to double-teaming the post, and that's what they're doing here on McKinney.
They're going to get that ball in. Number 14, Michaela Bonin has the ball. She's trying to get it inside. She gets it into Shawnee and in for the layup.
Overplay by Curry, so Shawnee made a good backdoor cut there.
Diaz brings the ball up the floor. She's going to send the ball over to Curry. Shawnee, that girl's got quick hands. You were absolutely right. She slapped the ball away, and the ball goes out of bounds off of Glenpool.
Quick and active hands, and she reminds me a lot of Ariana in that regard.
Curry comes out, and Anderson comes back in. Sutton with the ball, hands it off there to Diaz. Diaz looks back. She's going to hand it to Anderson. They're going to do a little weave. That's going to go to Asha Moore. Asha's going to keep it. She's going to knock it over to Ariana Diaz. She's got a little openness, so she takes it in and takes it all the way to the hoop for 2.
Just a great job splitting the double team there.
Shawnee, that was a Crocstar replay. Shawnee takes it all the way to the hoop, and she sends it up for 2, 14-8. Diaz is going to send it over to Anderson with the long pass. Into Asha Moore. Asha's got the lane, but the ball cuts free. Shawnee is loose, and she's going to go all the way, and she gets it knocked away there by Plunkett, and then there's going to be a foul. On number 23, that is Tyra McKinney.
I'd say players from both teams need to do a better job of protecting the ball. Be aware that the other team is going to knock it away if you expose it even a little bit. So
Anderson gets the ball in there to Diaz.
For Glenpool, it's Shawnee and McKinney. That's the duo.
That's
the
right.
Duo at the Carl Albert tournament, that's been the duo right now for them.
Kofer has the ball. She's going to pass it off to Sutton. Sutton looks, and she's going to take it, and no good there. Rebound. The ball gets out there to number 12, and they're not going to let them just grab and tie up right now. That's going to be a foul there on number 12, Skylar Anderson.
Right, that's the type of foul she avoided somehow against Del City.
Yes.
It's okay. You're okay with that foul if you're Coach Ritchie. She's going to take risks. A lot of times she gets a jump ball. 4
team fouls now for Carl Albert. Shawnee takes it all the way to the hoop and puts it in.
It's a nice move. Great body control there.
Ariana Diaz, she's looking back at Plunkett. Plunkett puts it up for 3. Boom! Drops it in. A Bobby Lewis Insurance 3-point. 17-10.
Like we said, Plunkett's not really a post player.
That ball gets in there to Price. Price has the ball. She's covered there by Kofer. Kofer's got an open shot. She's looking. She's going to go up, put it in, and good.
It's one of the best defensive plays and scores I've seen from Kennedy Kofer.
Gets it in there to Price, and that was Sutton. Sutton's going to get called for the foul. That'll be the 5th team foul for Carl Albert.
Now that is a potential concern in the second quarter.
Absolutely. Coming into the game now is number 44. That is Laney Moore. And back into the game is Curry. Plunkett and Diaz take a seat. And, they're going to, let's see who they call that on, because that could have been called on, that's called on Skylar Anderson.
Yeah, she was trying to reach in on the player she was guarding, which I believe was Blades, was being screened for her. She's going to stay in, though.
Laney Moore comes off the floor. And
now she's coming out.
Yeah, and now number 15, Jakari Brown, comes back on the floor for Skylar Anderson. They get that ball into McKinney, and that's all they're trying to do is look for that. They're going to call that. That's going to be 7 fouls now, and that's a foul on Jakari Brown. 7 fouls here in the first period, and that's going to put McKinney on the line shooting 2.
Some Rose State free throws coming up, but will this affect Carl Albert's defense in the second quarter with all these fouls on him?
McKinney misses the first. And the second was short, but it came off the front. Asha Moore knocks it away there. And that'll be the end of the first period, where the Carl Albert Titans lead 19-10 in this area championship over the Glenpool Lady Warriors. We'll be back with you here in just a few moments on your Carl Albert Titan Oklahoma Sports Network.
We want to make your next event an adventure. At Inflatable Adventures, we want to make your next event hassle-free by providing incredible products at a great price, along with amazing customer service. We offer one of the widest selections of bounce houses, water slides, obstacle courses, and so much more. Give us a call today or check us out online at inflatableadventures.org. Remember, Inflatable Adventures, the only inflation worth paying for.
We're back with you here with your Lady Titans, and they come in for the second period. The Lady Titans have 7 team fouls. Glenpool has 2 team fouls, and foul trouble can be an issue as we head into the second half especially. Anderson is back in the game. She gets the ball into Diaz. I'd like to welcome all of our Facebook watchers as well on the Oklahoma Sports Network. That ball is put up there by Curry, no good. Recovered there by McKinney. McKinney gets it to Shawnee. Shawnee's up, and they're going to pass that back. Anderson knocks it out of bounds. It'll still be Glenpool's ball.
What a great defensive play by Skylar Anderson. She just impresses me more and more with the effort she puts in, but not just the effort, the know-how.
Absolutely.
She saved 2 points there.
Inbound pass comes there by Bonin. Bonin gets it out to McKinney. Actually, that's not McKinney. Shawnee has it. Shawnee's going to drive to the lane. She's going to try to put it up. McKinney has the rebound, and Curry gets it there, and McKinney is going to pull the foul, and that'll be at least her second foul, 3rd team foul.
It is her second, and she has to come out. It's a big one. And McKinney, after scoring 4 early points, she's kind of rushed her shots because she knows that Carl Albert's going to have 2 or 3 players around her, and it's made her, again, kind of rush things.
Diaz brings the ball up the floor. She's looking, going to get the ball out to Curry. Curry's going to get it over to Kofer. Kofer stops, puts it back to Curry. Curry looks. Asha Moore with the ball. Glenpool's playing a tight defense, but that time Asha just left her feet and got in the air and had no place to go with the ball. Shawnee is going to take it, drive into the lane. That ball is taken away there by Diaz, and they're going to call a foul there on Glenpool. That foul is on number 14, Michaela Bonin.
Yeah, Asha Moore's had a couple of iffy possessions with the ball where she just hasn't taken care of it. But credit to Carl Albert. We've talked about how good Aaliyah Shawnee is. They have frustrated her as well on the perimeter.
Absolutely. Laney Moore comes into the game for the Lady Titans. Diaz over to Curry. Curry's looking, and Kofer looks, and that time she held the ball and needed to either go up with it or.
What the refs have shown is if you have the ball in your hands, you need to establish a firm pivot foot. They have called that travel on both Cameron Sutton now and Kennedy Kofer. It's up to the players to adjust to that.
The turnover for Glenpool. Shawnee has the ball. Curry is on her. Curry gets the ball over to Hull. Hull's trying to get it into McKinney. Great job there by Laney Moore. She's just facing up there on McKinney. Little jumper there from the side, no good. Rebound there by Hull.
See, you hate that. You want to be aggressive, but that foul is going to send Glenpool to the free throw line, almost 90 feet from their basket.
That foul is on Laney Moore. That'll be her first, but that's the 8th team foul. And so that'll be 1-1 now for Glenpool. Coming in the game is Anderson and Sutton. Sitting down Curry and Kofer. So at the line will be Camden Hull, sophomore. She puts up the first one, bounces off the back, and Moore fights for it. And they've got a jump ball, and I believe this will be to Glenpool.
Now missed free throws on a 1-1 too. You got to be ready for that.
They're going to put that 3 up there, and that is going to be an offensive foul there. And that was on number 22. I saw that happening. That's Kaylee Shipman, and she was throwing the arms to the back there, trying to block away. And so they're going to call the offensive foul on her. Carl Albert Titans have the ball.
No question the refs are calling it tight right now.
They are. Skylar Anderson with the handle. And the ball is free. She's going to look up and try to go to the basket. And there's going to be a blocking foul there again on number 22. That's Kaylee Shipman. She's picked up 2 quick ones right in a row.
So after some not so good awareness by Skylar, some good awareness once she got the ball knocked from her, that she had a driving lane at that point and she could reestablish her dribble.
So Anderson at the line, shooting 2. First one's up, and it's good. 20-10.
The foul situation about to even out here.
Yes, it is. 8-6 right now. And Anderson drops the second one, and that's our Rose State free throws. Shawnee is looking to get all the way up, send it over to number 22, in for the bucket. That was Shipman with the bucket.
That was all Shawnee there creating.
Absolutely. Diaz is looking up. She's going to get the ball out to Plunkett. Plunkett's going to drive in the lane, put it up, and put it in.
That's 2 really good finishes there for Plunkett.
Shawnee had to let the ball go that time. They had her blocked with 2 in the back. Shawnee's going to take the 3 from the top of the key. She didn't call glass, and sure enough, it didn't go in. Skylar Anderson with the ball. Skylar's going to use Moore as a blocking. There, Ariana Diaz, she takes it. She's going to look to get inside. No good. Gets it in there to Moore. Moore puts it up, and she gets fouled.
I like that finish attempt there by Moore, trying to finish with her left hand.
That was number 22. That's Kaylee Shipman, senior forward. That is her 3rd personal.
He's down there.
Is he down there? They keep saying Shawnee for the team.
With a timeout on the floor.
Got a full timeout here.
5:09. We'll be back with you here in just a few moments on your Carl Albert Titan Oklahoma Sports Network.
Coast Technology Group helps you feel safe and secure utilizing simple, reliable technology. Allow our team of experts to help you design the right system with high-definition surveillance cameras, cutting-edge smart alarm systems, and thoughtfully designed access control for your home or business. Work, sleep, and play with confidence, knowing CTG is your technology partner.
We're back with you here on your Carl Albert Titan Basketball Oklahoma Sports Network, and we want to welcome those that are on our Facebook Live feed as well. Marcia Hendricks-Collier and Tanya Salazar, Jason Harjo, Donna Phillips Shetler, and Tessa Johnson are watching. Brenda Weaver is now watching. We're in the second quarter. This second quarter is brought to you by Super Subs, home of the steak bomb sandwich, locally owned and operated for over 20 years. Moore misses the first. Super Subs is on Douglas Boulevard and knocked out of bounds there by Anderson.
It's so risky to play Anderson at this point, but I think it just shows what trust Coach Ritchie has. You got to show a lot of trust in a freshman to play with 2 fouls.
Absolutely.
In the first half.
Shawnee has the ball. She's going to send it over there to Hull. Hull back to Shawnee. Over to number 14, that's Bonin. And gets it back in there to Hull. Hull's going to try to put it up off the side. And a good job there by Asha Moore fighting for that rebound. Ariana Diaz is looking to drive. She drums it right in to Skylar Anderson. And Asha Moore's going to put up the 3. No good. And the rebound's taken there by Shawnee, and she's going to look to drive all the way into McKinney. McKinney puts it in, and it's good.
That's just a great job by Shawnee, looking the defender towards her, setting up her teammate.
Asha Moore lost her shoe on that last defensive play there.
By the way, if you mentioned Jason Harjo, I assume that's the producer you had, someone who did a lot of camera operating for us.
I'm pretty sure
playoffs.
it is, yes.
So, thanks for watching, Jason.
And I hope he's continuing to heal.
Absolutely.
It's interesting as we're watching this go on. Plunkett's got the ball. She's going to send it out to Kofer. Kofer back to Plunkett. Plunkett over to Sutton. Sutton's going to look to the lane. Gets it over to Diaz. Back over to Plunkett. Oh, and just passed it right into the middle there. Hull knocked it away. Gets it back to Shawnee. When we get just a little bit of a lull, Hull has the ball. Back to Shawnee. Shawnee's going to drive it back. Give it back to Hull. Hull over to Bonin. Bonin puts it up, but no good. Plunkett has the rebound. One of the things that's interesting that's going on, and we might be able to get a shot of them in just a few minutes. Kennedy Kofer takes it in, puts up a ball. Shawnee has the rebound, and she's going to try to get it out there to McKinney. Over to Hull. Hull puts it up, and it's good. Nice fast break there by Glenpool.
First basket I think they created without Shawnee being there.
Good job there. So that was Skylar Anderson puts up the 3. The rebound comes down to Kofer. Kofer takes it and puts it up, and that is going to be a charge there on Shawnee because Sutton had been standing in the lane for, I think she had a cup of coffee.
Yep.
So
when it's that long, too, it'll be called a charge every time.
Yep.
That's Carl Albert basketball right there.
The Carl Albert men's basketball team is actually in the field house this evening, and they're standing down on the end watching the Lady Titans play. And I think that's a wonderful statement for the Carl Albert men's basketball team. Sutton puts it up, no good. She's going to get her own rebound. She's going to take it again and put it up, no good. McKinney has the rebound this time. Out to Shawnee. Kofer's trying to get it. Hull's going to put up 3. And that's no good, and that's going to go out of bounds, and it will be Titan ball.
So the defense has really tightened up. The three-point shot has not been there this quarter for either team. Fortunately for Carl Albert, it was there for them in the first quarter. Glenpool has not made a 3 yet, and it's not for a lack of trying.
Absolutely not. 2.5 minutes left here in the half. The Titans lead 26-16. Diaz is looking back to Sutton. Sutton over to Kofer. Kofer to Plunkett. Back to Diaz. Diaz looks, but no, she's going to drive up. She's got McKinney on her, and that's 5'4" going against 6 foot right there. Shawnee gets the ball. That was Shipman with the rebound. Shawnee's going to pull up and take the shot. Come down there with Skylar Anderson with the rebound. And back down the Titan way. Anderson's looking. Anderson says, come help. Kofer's got the ball. Kofer looks to go up. She puts up a floater in the lane. Boom! And she hits the 2.
Katie Kofer, good instincts right there.
That ball is taken by Hull. Got a little too close there. And that is going to be called on number 21. That's Sutton. And so Sutton's going to come off the floor. Jakari Brown is going to come off, replacing Sutton.
For the most part, Carl Alberts handled the foul situation this quarter very well.
Absolutely, because we
this quarter.
Right. We came in with 7. We've only got 9. Hull is at the line, shooting 1 and 1. That first one is up, and it's good. That is your free throws, brought to you by Rose State. Looking for a university experience while staying close to home? Look no further than Rose State College, with over 60 degree options on campus housing and transfer agreements with all Oklahoma universities. Rose State College will jumpstart your college education. Apply at rose.edu.
Sometimes I keep the Rose State graphic on accident. In this case, it's on purpose because there's a foul on Glenpool. By the way, I've seen this a lot in these last few weeks in high school basketball. A missed free throw leading to an over-the-back foul and free throws on the other end.
Foul there by Jordan Blades from Glenpool. That's going to put Diaz on the line.
If your team's shooting free throws, you got to be smart going for the offensive rebound.
Glenpool has leveled up the foul situation. It's 9-9 now. Diaz misses the first. Shawnee has the rebound, and that ball is knocked around there, and Hull comes up with it, and they're going to call a jump ball, and that'll be good for the Carl Albert Titans.
Main thing for Carl Albert right now is just don't turn the ball over. That's when they've had problems. They've had some careless passes, but as long as they can protect the ball right now, then they should be fine heading into halftime.
Jakari Brown has the ball. She gets it into Curry. Curry's at the free throw line. Jakari Brown gets it back from Curry, hands it out there to Kofer. Kofer looks, and she gets the ball knocked away by Shawnee, and Shawnee's got a clear path, and she's just going to take it and put it up, try to roll it back in. Jakari Brown gets the rebound.
What a defensive play by Plunkett.
She's going to take it up the floor. Great job by Plunkett, just getting her hands up there. Kofer with the 3 shot, and boom, it goes in. Bobby Lewis Insurance. 31-17, 40 seconds left. Hull gets it to Shawnee. Shawnee's going to drive the lane. And they're going to have a blocking foul there, it looks like, on Curry, number 23. And that's going to put Shawnee on the line. And they're going to be shooting 2 with 10 fouls.
Yeah, Curry tried to cut her off. She just didn't have the lane. Shawnee had the lane for Glenpool.
Shawnee puts the ball up, and it's good. That is your Rose State free throws. Apply at rose.edu.
You know, when Carl Albert's on offense, whoever Shawnee is guarding has got to speak up when she leaves them to help out.
And the second free throw is good for Shawnee. Diaz will be bringing the ball up the floor. And it's 28 seconds, and they're just going to let this walk out. McKinney's going to step up, so Diaz has to move. Gets the ball over there to Jakari Brown, over to Kennedy Kofer. Kofer over to Plunkett. Plunkett gets into the lane, and she tries to put it up. And it's going to be a foul there on number 22. That's Kaylee Shipman, and that is her 4th.
It's amazing she has 4 fouls, and she doesn't even start for them. That's pretty interesting. Usually non-starters definitely don't get as many minutes as starters in each half. I think Shipman was just surprised that Plunkett pulled up there.
Plunkett made the first of 2. That is a Rose State free throw.
So just the Plunkett doing that took her by surprise, and that led to contact.
This is Plunkett's second shot, and they're trying to get more in. Plunkett puts the second one up, and it's good. Laney Moore comes in, and that's going to put Plunkett on the bench for the last 15 seconds.
It's just important Carl Albert has a plan for when Aaliyah Shawnee chooses to create a shot here, because you know that's what's going to happen this possession.
Aaliyah Shawnee gets it across the timeline. She's going to drive right into the lane. She looks up, does a little Euro step, no good. Curry comes down. We've got 5 seconds. They're going to try to get the ball up and just threw it out of bounds to pass Jakari Brown. Just a little quick.
Yeah, that's probably would be better if you lobbed it up to her, gave her a little bit of time to get there. But that was a good idea. Execution could have been a bit better. Diaz, she's not even going to give Aaliyah a half-court shot.
No. 1.1 seconds. Again.
That last shot Shawnee missed was because Ariana Diaz was trying to take a charge on her, and we get no shot here.
And that's the end of the half where the Carl Albert Titans lead 33-19 over the Glenpool Lady Warriors. We're going to be back with you here with some thoughts of what we think we can do better, what we think we probably need to continue to do, and we'll be back with you here in just a few moments on your Carl Albert Titan Oklahoma Sports Network.
We come from different backgrounds, with diverse interests and unique learning styles. Finding classes that fit your individual needs isn't a challenge at Cameron University. A small campus and dedicated faculty ensures there's always someone close by to guide you on your journey. Your success is our success. Your education is our mission. At Cameron University, you're not a number, you're part of the family.
Coast Technology Group is your full IT managed service provider, utilizing simple, reliable technology for your home and business. Remote monitoring and management, network infrastructure, and cybersecurity, all with 24/7, 365-day live support. When you partner with CTG, you get the 150 years combined experience of our experts, helping your business grow while keeping your systems secure.
When it comes to your home, you need someone that you can trust to keep it safe and protected for you and your family.
Vesta Foundation Solutions is your local, family-owned company that has helped many homeowners fix and protect their homes.
Our engineered solutions can take care of all of your foundation repair, basement waterproofing, concrete leveling, and dirt crawl space repair needs.
We take pride in getting the job done right, and you'll always be protected with up to a 75-year warranty.
Contact us today for a free estimate.
Sidelined by surgery, illness, injury? Valor Physical Therapy can help. At Valor PT, our skilled therapists create a rehabilitation program individualized for you, with education and encouragement each step of the way. Whether it's sports or the activities of life, let Valor get you back in the game. Start now at 405-265-6449. No referral needed. Mention Oklahoma Sports Network and get a free t-shirt at your first appointment.
When I'm flying, I put my helmet on, my visor down, and my mask up. You don't know who I am. Whether I'm African American, Asian American, Hispanic, white, male or female. You just know I'm an American Airman, kicking your butt. I'm General C.Q. Brown Jr. Come join us.
Augusta Contracting is a general contracting company that specializes in commercial and industrial construction projects. When you choose us as a partner for a project, we assure quality workmanship, exceptional performance, and unparalleled client satisfaction. At Augusta Contracting, safety is top priority. Our main focus is to send our team home to their families safe, happy, and healthy. Augusta Contracting, where your idea turns to reality and your project comes to life.
Coast Technology Group helps you feel safe and secure utilizing simple, reliable technology. Allow our team of experts to help you design the right system with high-definition surveillance cameras, cutting-edge smart alarm systems, and thoughtfully designed access control for your home or business. Work, sleep, and play with confidence, knowing CTG is your technology partner.
Here at Champion Plumbing, we take pride in taking care of our community. When we hit the road, we're fully prepared to solve your plumbing issues. We're family owned, and we are the standard for plumbing service. With a team full of champions, being the best plumbers in Oklahoma is just part of the job. So when we show up, you can rest easy, knowing that whatever the issue may be, we can handle it and make you a happy Champion customer. Contact Champion Plumbing today.
We want to make your next event an adventure. At Inflatable Adventures, we want to make your next event hassle-free by providing incredible products at a great price, along with amazing customer service. We offer one of the widest selections of bounce houses, water slides, obstacle courses, and so much more. Give us a call today or check us out online at inflatableadventures.org. Remember, Inflatable Adventures, the only inflation worth paying for.
Ready.
All right, we're back with you here on your Carl Albert Titan Oklahoma Sports Network, where the Carl Albert Lady Titans lead 33-19, and we've got about a minute and a half to go before we resume play here for the second half. And Jordan, the Titans have not literally been hitting on all cylinders, but they've done really well to just keep the ball going in the basket.
No, this is their best playoff game so far by far. I don't know if you were there, but they fell behind against Lawton Eisenhower, the 16 seeds, I think like 8-0. They were down most of the first quarter, very sluggish, and they got back into it and won by a lot. Del City was a struggle for 3.5 quarters.
Absolutely.
This game, not yet, because basically Glenpool has been a one-player show, and that's Aaliyah Shawnee, and they have not hit from the outside at all. Carl Albert has hit from the outside. They've gotten more point distribution. They've had some bad offensive possessions where they've turned the ball over. They need to be careful. That could lead to a big run for Glenpool. But otherwise, they've been more solid in more facets of the game.
Okay, so you picked up on exactly what I was going to say in regard to Aaliyah Shawnee and Tyra McKinney. That is Glenpool's offense at this point.
Yep.
And so as a coach, and you've coached basketball before, and I never have, but you've coached basketball. What do you say at half when you've got a spread of fouls across your starters? How do you adjust? Because the girls are playing well. You don't want them to lose their aggressiveness, right. But at the same time, you can't just let them go out there and start attacking everybody.
Well, I think that's where Carl Albert's bench has been really good. Last year they only had like 7 players in the rotation.
Right.
This year it's 9, and I think that's real important. That can allow you to gamble a little bit more when it comes to fouls. But you mentioned McKinney and Shawnee. Their game plan against McKinney's actually been really good. I mean, they double-teamed her, forced her into some tough shots. Shawnee's a different story. Shawnee's been most effective against Carl Albert on the defensive end.
Yes.
An interesting starting change this half for Carl Albert. I think that's Curry starting for him.
Curry starting. We've got Curry, Kofer, Anderson, Asha Moore. And they're trying to put that up and get that inside. Anderson gets the rebound. And Ariana Diaz. Asha Moore's going to get it off there to Curry. Curry's going to get it up towards the lane, try to get it passed through. And it looked like that could have been off of Shawnee, but it was off of just a bad pass to the inside, cutting to the basket. And turnover there for Carl Albert. Glenpool has the ball.
So I believe that's Sutton who's out or not starting for Carl Albert. So I'm interested to see if she does make an appearance soon.
And I believe she had 3 fouls.
Right. I think you're right.
Yeah. McKinney tries to go up. That time it's going to be Anderson. Anderson's going to pick up what I believe is her 3rd.
It's actually, I think, Jordan Blades who has got up. She's made a couple good drives, but she's been quiet otherwise. And Glenpool needs someone to attack besides Shawnee.
That's right. You've got a 12 and a 23, and that is Blades. Blades puts the ball up, and that's a Rose State charity stripe, and she makes it. Our third quarter sponsor is Dynamic Health Clinic. This quarter is brought to you by the Dynamic Health Clinic in Hare, Oklahoma. At Dynamic Health Clinic, Dr. Coffin specializes in athletic injuries and is able to get athletes back in action. Blades makes the 2nd of 2. Play better, recover faster at Dynamic Health Clinic, your third quarter sponsor. Anderson's going to bring the ball up. Over to Asha Moore. Moore is pushed back there by McKinney. Kofer gets it over to Curry. Curry puts up the 3. Boom! Bobby Lewis Insurance 3-point. Down goes Curry's ball.
Like Steph Curry.
Absolutely. They're going to get that into McKinney. McKinney's going to put it up. She was looking for the foul. She didn't get it. Anderson gets the rebound. They get that up to Curry. She's got the breakaway and knocked away there by Shawnee, and Shawnee's hands are going to be on you every time.
That is just a tremendous block by Shawnee, saving 2 points temporarily for the Lady Warriors. Meanwhile, though,
Anderson comes off, and Plunkett goes on for the Lady Titans. Crockstar rebound or replay there. Asha Moore's got the ball. She's covered by Shawnee. Plunkett has the ball out front. She gets it back over to Moore. Moore's just looking to hold. No need to rush. They get it back to Curry. Curry's going to drive to the inside of the lane, puts it up, no good. The ball is knocked away there from McKinney. Curry gets back her own rebound. And this time Kofer's going to put it up from a deep 3, no good. McKinney gets it. Ariana Diaz takes it away from McKinney, puts it up and in.
Just out-scrapping Glenpool right now is Carl Albert.
Cadence Price with the ball. She gets it back over to Bonin. Bonin goes deep in the lane there and gets it to Blades. Blades is going to get fouled in the act, and that's going to be a foul on Plunkett, number 25. That's going to put Blades at the line shooting 2.
Well, that's been the strength of Glenpool. Not much has happened yet, but Blades attacking the basket. That's obviously a change in strategy for him.
Blades is also good at the free throw line. She's hit 3 of 3 so far this half. Here comes the 4th. And she's good there on the fourth. Diaz is going to bring the ball up the floor for the Titans. Ariana's had an incredible career here at Carl Albert. And this her senior season. She wants to take it all the way. Curry's got the free lane. She takes it up and in. Great job there by Curry. That's your instant replay brought to you by Crocstar Dinner Club. This time it's Blades again. And Asha Moore with a little reach-in foul. They're going to call her for that, and they're going to put Blades on the line again. And I think you've got something there, Jordan. They're just going to send her to the basket.
Kind of apologize. I keep leaving Rose State up, but then we've got to pull them back up here. And they're going to keep doing that till Carl Albert can stop it. It's been their best offense this game. This is the most consistently we've seen Glenpool put points on the board.
Blades is 5 for 5, going for 6 for 6 right here. And it's up and no good. That's what you need. You need that announcer curse. Diaz gets it out to Curry. Curry back to Diaz. Diaz gets it all the way back out. Plunkett's got the ball. Going to get it over to Moore. Moore picks up her dribble. Gets it to Diaz. Diaz back to Plunkett. Plunkett looks to the inside. She went up and in, but no good. And that was taken out there by McKinney on the rebound. And she gets it over to Shawnee, and she's covered by Curry. They're going to try to get that into McKinney. McKinney goes up, blocked from behind by Plunkett. Great job. Asha Moore's going to drive it all the way to the lane, put it up and in, right past Shawnee. There's your Crocstar replay. Great job there by the Lady Titans. Shawnee's going to put it up, knocks it away to Moore. Moore knocks it out to Kofer, and Kofer's going to be looking to drive to the lane. She tries to go up, and she gets fouled. That foul is going to be on Cadence Price, senior guard, 5'4".
The freshman for Carl Albert, and not Skylar Anderson this half. I mean, she hasn't played bad, but we haven't seen much from her. It's been the backup freshmen, Plunkett and Curry, who have been tremendous in this third quarter.
So Kofer's at the line. This is our Rose State free throw line. Kofer puts it up and puts it in. 43-24.
This is how we've seen Carl Albert reach number one. They wear teams out with their depth.
Kofer puts the second one up, no good. McKinney gets the rebound. Shawnee's going to drive it in, hand it off there to Price. Price puts it up and in. Diaz is going to send it all the way down to Curry. Curry's looking to drive the lane. McKinney tries to go up for the block, misses that, but the ball would not go in. They're going to get the ball down in there, and that goes to Blades again, and Blades has been a lot of offense for the Glenpool Lady Warriors this half.
So that's the best way for Glenpool to catch up is get transition baskets, and that will happen if Carl Albert has poor offensive possessions like they almost did there.
Plunkett's got a free line to the basket and puts it up and in. And Coach Ritchie says timeout. Let's talk about it. Let's give us a little break before we see that transition again.
Yeah, I think he wants to make sure that they are set on their defensive assignments. Again, they have to be very wary of Aaliyah Shawnee. And again, I want to thank, because we've been using them a lot here, Crocstar Dinner Club Instant Replay. Bringing families back to the dinner table with effortless cooking, located at 2150 South Douglas Boulevard, Suite G in Midwest City. They are very close, actually, in proximity to Super Subs.
Actually, you've got Super Subs. I eat a lot, that's why I don't play basketball. But you've got Super Subs on the end of the center. Then there's some sort of an eye clinic, and then you've got Crocstar Dinner Club right there next door. Yep. So
very much in the heart of Carl Albert territory.
Absolutely.
By the way, when I was playing basketball, that allowed me to eat a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you telling me I should be playing more basketball? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying cardio is a good thing.
It is. It is a good thing.
And so also we want to mention that last we checked, Midwest City on the Oklahoma Sports Network was giving Edmond North a run. They were down 11. We'll see if we can update that. And El Reno, the other 5A team, looking that's ahead right now in the West against Piedmont. Whoever loses that game between El Reno and Piedmont will have their Saturday game on the Oklahoma Sports Network, because they're going to play either Del City or Lawton MacArthur.
Shawnee from Glenpool brings the ball up the floor. She's covered there by Diaz. That ball gets over there to Bonin. Bonin's looking to get it into McKinney. McKinney's going to try to put it up. No good. And Diaz comes away with the rebound. Good body there by Skylar Anderson on McKinney. They're going to get that out to Kofer. Kofer looked but said no. Plunkett has the ball. And there's a double dribble there by Plunkett.
And she did. But I got to say, Carl Albert's defense against McKinney has been tremendous. Even when McKinney gets good position, like you say, they're bodying her up so well that she has not been efficient finishing under the basket. She scored 4 early points for Glenpool, and since then has been very quiet.
Price has the ball. And she's going to drive all the way up into the lane. They're going to get that out to Hull, and there's going to walking there. She picked it up and kept running before she could get it out of her hands. And so traveling is called there.
And Hull had a wide open three. I didn't see if it went in, but that was the type of possession you need for Glenpool. You need to get some of those good looks from three-point range.
Skylar Anderson with the handle for the Titans. Shawnee comes up to her.
Took away from the ball.
And they're going to call a foul on Kennedy Kofer for the Titans. That is her first foul. It's the 4th team foul for the Titans this half.
Yep, fouls piling up again for Carl Albert. But we haven't seen Glenpool do enough to really make that a problem yet.
Kofer comes off the floor. Asha Moore comes in for Kennedy Kofer. Shawnee's got an open lane, and she's going to drive it up and try to do the Euro step, but no good. And Sutton gets the ball knocked away there by Hull. It'll still be Titan ball.
Yeah, no one left McKinney to help out, so Sutton was on her own, and she did a good job there.
Get that ball up to Asha Moore. She just goes up against Hull. The ball rolls around and rolls in.
Good body control there by Moore.
Blades is going to take the shot. No good. And that time, that was a little frustration there by McKinney coming over the back. And so she's going to pick up, I believe, her 3rd foul.
Like I said, Carl Albert has been frustrating McKinney several times in several different ways.
Jakari Brown has the ball. She's bringing it up the floor. It's going to get picked up there by Shawnee. And she's going to drive all the way to the lane. The ball gets knocked away. Brown is looking to get it out. Asha Moore gets the ball from Brown. Passes out to Sutton at the top of the key. Back over to Brown. Brown's going to get it over to Skylar Anderson. Asha Moore looks to drive the lane. She's going to push it back out there to Sutton. Sutton to Brown. Over to Asha. Asha gets it to Anderson. Anderson's got the lane this time. She puts it up and in. Right past McKinney. And McKinney playing with 3 fouls in the 3rd quarter means she can't really go up and keep challenging those. That time they give it all the way down. Beautiful transition to Jordan Blades, and she puts it up and in.
Yeah, but that last possession for Carl Albert was great because they passed the ball around a lot, took a lot of time. It's not too early to think about that. Deliberate, long offensive possessions.
Jakari Brown, and she loses it, but it's going to go off McKinney, so it'll be Carl Albert ball.
Even though it's still a lot of time left, it's still only the 3rd quarter. When you're up 19 at this point and Glenpool has not shown they can hit the 3, it's a good time to start really having some long offensive possessions.
Glenpool has a change here, and that is going to be Jakari Brown trying, and she's going to put it up. No good. Plunkett tries to go up with it, but she walks. The ball gets stuck, and she takes a walk, so the ball will go to Glenpool. I bet that you don't see McKinney come off the floor a lot for Glenpool, but she is sitting on the bench right now with 3 fouls.
She may be fatigued as much as anything, but you're right. She has not come off the bench a whole lot.
Jakari Brown's all over Shawnee. And this time Anderson just puts her hands out and blocks that ball. Shawnee reaches in. And again, that will be just a little bit of a frustration foul, but they're going to call it on Hull, number 11, Camden Hull. That is her 3rd personal.
Vintage Skylar Anderson. When she comes off her primary player to help out, she just is so disruptive.
Anderson has the ball. She's going to get it in there to Moore. Moore twists around. She's going to get blocked there by number 2. That's Bryn Winningham. And that time Sutton takes the ball out of Blade's hands. She's looking for the foul but doesn't get it. Back into the game for Glenpool is number 14, Michaela Bonin.
Shawnee is out, so the 2 best players for Glenpool are out at the moment. They still have Blades in. They need to go back to Blades if they want to stay in this thing right now.
Going to get that ball over to Hull. Hull puts it up, and Asha Moore gets the rebound. Good block out there by Asha. That's Curry. She's going to go to the free throw line, put the ball up. Good bounce. That's a shooter's roll.
It's been her night.
It has been. Hull is trying, and they're going to call a foul there, I believe, on Jakari Brown. Nope, they're going to call it on Skylar Anderson. And that is her 4th foul before the 4th period.
I expect that to be more common. 4 fouls on Skylar Anderson. I mean, the way she played. Now, she doesn't play reckless, though, so I don't want to overstate that. But, you're going to have a day like against Del City where she has only 1 foul heading into the final stretch. In this game, she has 4.
Jakari Brown comes on, and that's taken away there. That was taken away by Jakari Brown. Intercepts that pass and brings the ball up the floor. And so she's going to be playing out here at the point. And that little half step there is going to be a carry.
Yeah, I don't think Brown she's not used to being a point. Not that she can't do it, but I don't think she's usually the one to set up the offense. She did make a great defensive play, though, as a freshman, defending the backdoor play there.
They get the ball in there to Price from Glenpool. And she's looking to drive. She's going to go up, and it's going to be no foul there. They're going to push that ball up to Asha Moore, and Asha's going to take it all the way in. And that was one of those times with no foul called, but Asha Moore, that was a great Crocstar replay. Asha Moore just took that into the smaller Bonin, and she was going to take it all the way. We'll be back with you here in just a moment on your Carl Albert Titan Oklahoma Sports Network.
We come from different backgrounds, with diverse interests and unique learning styles. Finding classes that fit your individual needs isn't a challenge at Cameron University. A small campus and dedicated faculty ensures there's always someone close by to guide you on your journey. Your success is our success. Your education is our mission. At Cameron University, you're not a number, you're part of the family.
Welcome back. We're back here at Siberian Stadium. Edmond North Siberian Huskies. And it's 53-30. Jordan, what have you got going into the 4th?
Well, I want to take this time to mention some stuff we have going on tomorrow. Del City and Carl Albert both playing at the same time, 6 o'clock, for the chance to go to area and boys action. And then Lawton High against Mustang over in Chickasha. That will be audio only, but still tune in to Eric Sherm announcing that game. And we're ready for a 4th quarter. Okay, so one thing also to look for in this game. At some point, will Glenpool decide to call off the Dogs because this is not an elimination game? They'll be playing Saturday if the score holds.
Sutton tries to put up the 3, and they're going to get that back to Kennedy Kofer. Going to put it over here to Skylar Anderson. She puts up the 3, no good. Diaz has the rebound, goes back underneath the go. Anderson gets the rebound, gets it back out to Diaz.
Yeah, they should just run clock
as
much as they can.
Let it run. That's Plunkett with the ball. Going to get it over here to Diaz. Diaz looking, cutting Anderson to the basket, and she puts it in. There's the first 2 points of the 4th quarter. Your 4th quarter for the best Mexican food in the Mid-Del area, whether it's dine-in, carry-out, or using Grubhub or catering. Just eat their delicious food. Go to La Herencia Grill. That was put up there by Hull. Taken away there by Plunkett. Plunkett's going to drive the ball down. And they're going to get that all the way in, and Diaz puts it up for the little layup. 57-30, 27-point lead.
Well, I think Carl Albert just threw a knockout punch this first minute. And it'll just be interesting to see when Glenpool, Bobby Bevell, their coach, goes to the bench because, again, they have a game Saturday.
Hull has the ball. She tries to go up. She gets it in. Right over Plunkett.
And again, Glenpool's still without their two best players right now.
Right.
That's another indication they're probably
that
thinking about Saturday.
Right. That may be we're going to get you rest. And Anderson's going to drive up. She's at the free throw line. Gets it out there to Kofer. Back to Anderson. Over to Plunkett. Plunkett takes a little half step, goes up and tries to take it in. And there's going to be a foul there. And that's going to be on number 2. That's Bren Winningham, senior. And that's going to put Plunkett on the line shooting 2.
2 Rose State free throws. And how long does Coach Ritchie keep his core players on the bench? Of course, looks like they will not have to worry about playing Saturday.
Well, here comes Shawnee McKinney.
Okay. That's interesting.
And Cadence Davis with 6 minutes left in the game.
Now, the other thing is they still have a day off, does Glenpool, too. Looks like Edmond North's pulling away from Midwest City, up 19 in the fourth quarter there.
That second free throw was good. Shawnee has the ball. When you've got a little bit of space, there's really no reason to foul.
Yeah.
They try to get that through, and that's going to go off of Shawnee and out on Glenpool.
So Cam Sutton was ready for that backdoor play. So was Skylar Anderson. It just went through both of them. But Carl Albert has defended the backdoor play. They got burned once early in the game. They've defended the backdoor cuts from Glenpool really well since then.
That is Kennedy Kofer with the floater in the lane, and she puts it up and puts it in. Shawnee's going to drive it into the lane, gets it out there and off the hands of number 10. That's Cadence Davis.
You know, for much of this game, I would not have said Carl Albert looked a step quicker than Glenpool. Right now, they look 3 or 4 steps quicker.
Absolutely.
They're just moving so much more fluently right now.
Sutton takes it. She's going to get it out there to Plunkett. Plunkett's going to go for 3. Bang! Bobby Lewis Insurance, 3 points.
You know, I promise you, Kirk, Glenpool's pretty good.
Well, you said they were.
Yeah. They're a 5 seed that won at Lawton MacArthur. They had to make like a 3-hour drive to that game last Saturday.
That's going to be a walking there on number 10. That's Cadence Davis. Turnover there for Glenpool. Coming on the floor for Glenpool is number 22, Kaylee Shipman. She's got 4 fouls. And number 1, Cadence Price. And
even
having a seat for the Titans is Ariana Diaz.
And even though Glenpool's losing by a lot now, I think it's a very winnable game for them in a couple days in the afternoon against either Guthrie or Guyman.
Sutton's got the ball, hands it back there to Kofer. Kofer takes her shot dead on. Bobby Lewis Insurance, boom, 3 ball.
Want to remind everyone, we got more basketball coming up after this. Tune in to Dell City Lawton MacArthur. That's over in Mustang.
Hull put up the 3 ball, no good. Essence Curry comes down with the rebound. She looks over towards Skylar Anderson. Skylar through the legs, out to Cameron Sutton. Sutton goes over. Ooh.
Coach Ritchie maybe apologized to Kofer.
All right, Kofer had it eyed in there with nobody around her, and Coach Ritchie calls the timeout, and it looks like he's going to do a little wholesale substitution here.
I talked about it with Coach Ritchie when we interviewed him. I didn't record this part, but just mentioning how if they win this game, a slightly different week is ahead of them because, and we mentioned this earlier, the 5A games, the quarterfinals, the first round for state will be on a Wednesday, not a Thursday. And so it'll affect their preparation a little bit differently. But that's it. Otherwise, it's a Thursday night, and they're going to play. I would guess the girls' games are going to be later on that Wednesday. So talking about almost 6 full days until they play again.
Right.
And you know what, though? They made this far before to state, Kirk, and then what ends up happening, they have a rough game in the first round. We'll see, will that become a rallying cry for them? This time, win your first round game. See if you can give yourself a chance on Friday.
Jacqueline Brown is in there. Curry has the ball. And she's going to turn it over. And so Price is going to take the ball up the floor, and then she's going to pull it back out. Number 14 takes the shot from deep, no good. And that is number 33, Shelby Rouchet, with the rebound. Jacqueline Brown gets it over to Jacquerie Brown. Back to Jacquerie. Jacquerie goes in, puts the floater up in the lane. Bam, drops it.
Every time they want to attack right now, they can do it. The resistance from Glenpool just isn't there at the moment.
This will give you an idea. There are no seniors on the floor at this point, and that was Jacquerie Brown. She's going to take it, and she's going to drive it all the way for the layup and in.
She's the one rotation player in for Carl Albert, and it shows. It shows why she gets the minutes. Well, Curry's still in too, so 2 rotation players still in.
Yeah. Curry's on her, and they're going to put that up. Number 14 puts it up. That time, Moore comes down with the rebound, and going to be a little foul there on number 14. That's Michaela Bonin.
So anyone wondering about who Carl Albert will play in the first round on Wednesday, that is yet to be determined. It will not be determined until Saturday because they're going to play a team from the East that had lost.
Right.
So they're going to play, when I say lost, I mean lost in the playoffs. So one-loss playoff team from the East. So Coach Ritchie will say, he told me he'll take a Suburban, and I forgot the site, but somewhere obviously in the Tulsa area Saturday to scout his next opponent.
Number 30, Natalie Moore, is on the floor as well.
As I call it, more and more Moores.
More and more.
They got 4 of them.
And that ball was off of Glenpool. Still be Carl Albert's ball. Tori Moore is on the floor. You got Lainey Moore, Tori Moore, Natalie Moore.
And, of course, the starter.
Yep.
Asha Moore.
Asha Moore. Going to put up the 3, and no good. But that time, the rebound come down there by Tori Moore, freshman, 5'8".
So I want to congratulate El Reno. They have defeated Piedmont. They will not be an opponent for Carl Albert until the championship game. That team may actually beat Carl Albert. Also, Holland Hall beat Talcott. And Sapulpa up big against Will Rogers. Will Rogers is a team that I could see making it by winning Saturday and playing Carl Albert in the first round.
Shelby Rouchet just had a great play there on the baseline. And that time it's going to be a 3 put up, no good. Glenpool comes down with the ball, and that is number 5. That was Camry Brown. They're still putting up the 3s.
I don't think they made one yet.
And that's going to be out on Glenpool. No, there was no 3s made by Glenpool at this point. Minute 59.
Well, that is a part of the story, without a doubt. Even though Carl Albert, again, wasn't perfect, they made some 3s, and but they've shot the ball more than well enough, even when this game was more competitive for the first 3 quarters. Glenpool could never get their shot going, and eventually led to this kind of snowball effect.
Ball is taken there by Glenpool. Try to get that ball up there. That is Riley Hunter, and ball is taken away there by Carl Albert. So that's Natalie Moore bringing the ball up the floor, and Coach Ritchie's going to call a timeout again.
I want to go ahead and mention our player of the game. We're going to give it to 2 freshmen. We're going to give it to Essence Curry, and we're going to also give it to Audrey Plunkett. So that's
Essence Curry and Audrey Plunkett.
Those will be our Triple League players of the game. In a moment here, I'll be going to put the headphones down, head down to talk to Coach Ritchie and maybe a few players.
Find world-class designs and hot new styles. Call Triple Elite at 405-610-5200. If you can't make it out to the game tomorrow, be sure and watch the Oklahoma Sports Network tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock. It's going to be foul there. And 1 minute left to go. I'm going to give a shout-out to my wife and her friends who are at home watching this game on the Oklahoma Sports Network. And So if you can't make it out to the games, be sure and use the Oklahoma Sports Network to watch all of the Carl Albert Titan basketball headed into the state. And the Lady Titans will be going to state here in 50 seconds.
Third straight year, Kirk. I want to say thank you to your wife for letting us borrow you.
Yeah. Well, I've enjoyed it every minute.
And we're going to do it again from the exact same spot tomorrow.
That's right, tomorrow at 6. We'll be on the air. Trying to get that ball over to the side. Jordan's going to go down and see if he can't catch up with the coach and some players. Get that ball out there to Moore. Really, I can just say Moore, and it's got to be close. That's Rouche right there. 3 ball from the side, no good. 17 seconds there. And Glenpool's got the ball. And it's going to be a pushing foul there by number 5, freshman. That is her first. And that is going to put Glenpool on the line shooting the 1-and-1. Rose State is our free throw sponsor.
Brown's first is good.
And the first one is good. "12 seconds, and the Lady Titans are headed to the state championship. Second one up, and it is good. And they're going to hold that ball out. 3, 2, 1. And that's the game. The Carl Albert Lady Titans have punched their ticket to the state championship. And we're going to hang out here with you just for a moment. And we're going to have the trophy presentation here for the area championship. The Lady Titans and the Glenpool Lady Warriors. They are the area champions for this West region, and we're waiting to see if we can catch Coach Ritchie here in just a moment. And here's the presentation. Here's the presentation of the trophy for the Lady Titans. So they are the area champions as well as the regional champions for the 5A West Region 1. And now they are the area champions as well. And a great bunch of young ladies. And we're going to go down there and have a talk there with Coach Ritchie. All right, if we can get all right, Jordan, if you're ready. Jordan, I don't have any audio on you right there.
Kirk, can you hear me?
Okay.
So, Coach, third straight you're making it to state. What does that mean?
We got a chance to win a gold ball. I mean, I don't really know what else to say. 3 years in a row. We need to break down that wall. And, you know, we lost the first round. We need to break through that wall. I couldn't be prouder, though.
Yeah, let's talk real quick about the game. Beating this team by that much, almost 40 points, 39 points. You know Glenpool's pretty good. What worked so well for your team here?
Defense and rebounding. These three will tell you the last 2 weeks that is offense. We really don't. We let it fly. And so we've really worked hard defensively and rebounding the last 2 weeks because we have to clean it up.
All right. Especially the second half. What gave you the confidence to, instead of just shooting threes, to get to all the
to score, and so I don't know, put into the paint.
All right, you're a senior. You've been here. So when do you start? Okay, we're going to win the first round this time. When do you start talking about that?
Preseason.
Oh, you already did. I meant this week.
Oh, this week?
Yeah. Are you going to celebrate for a while? Or are you going to start talking about the first round? Pretty quickly here.
We'll probably talk about it tomorrow, but we are going to have a fun day. So.
Of course.
Yeah.
All right, Kenny. Congratulations. Now I get to talk to two freshmen. Okay. Essence. That's the best I've seen you play. I'm not at all the games, of course, but I mean, on defense and offense, it seemed like you played a complete game. What worked for you so well this game?
My defensive, it turns to my offensive, so getting steals and stuff and getting my teammates hyped helped me do better in the game. And coming out in the second half, I try to pick up my head and let my teammates know that I can help them win this game.
All right, so one of their key players is Aaliyah Shawnee, and it seemed like you were causing her fits at different times. How did that work well for you?
Just keeping my hands out and playing solid defense on her, not fouling. That's it. Really just locking her down, not letting her score.
All right, congratulations, Essence.
Thank you.
All right, now I get to talk to Ms. Plunkett. So you guarded McKinney a lot, and you were really effective also getting to the basket yourself. But talk about first your defense.
So was make sure she doesn't get any rebounds. So I had to make sure I fronted her and blocked her out the whole time.
All right, and also, I mean, you're not really a post offensive player, and you had some really good drives to the basket. How would you describe your game on offense?
On offense, I feel like I'm a tall guard, but I can also play some post. So if I have a slower player on me or something like that, I will go. And if I have a faster player or a smaller player, I will post them.
All right, you're only freshman. What does it mean to the freshmen to be playing in state?
It feels amazing, especially to know that I've helped my team get there. It feels amazing.
You sure did. All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Kirk.
All right, thank you, Jordan, and thank you to our players of the game. That was Essence Curry and Audrey Plunkett, our players of the game for the Carl Albert Titans, who have defeated the Glenpool Lady Warriors 71-32, and they punched their ticket, moving on to the state championship. And we are so excited to be able to be a part of this presentation brought to you by the Oklahoma Sports Network. We will be back here at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening, and we will be giving you a presentation of the gentlemen and the game that is coming up for them against Southeast. And we will be back here at this same place on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Just a reminder for our sponsors, we thank you so much. That's Louis in Midwest City, Rose State College for the free throws, Bobby Lewis Insurance, Crocstar Dinner Club, Player of the Game, Triple Elite, and also for our quarter sponsors for Buffalo Wild Wings, Super Subs, Dynamic Health Clinic, and La Herencia Grill. And thank you so much for the way that you continue to sponsor Carl Albert Athletics. We will be back with you here again tomorrow at 6 o'clock, and so we're just so happy that you can continue to be a part of all that we do here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. So for myself and for Jordan Ray and our camera operator, we thank you for being able to be here with us and to help us be able to stream these for Carl Albert.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.